Welcome to Tobar's Realm. Today I think I'm going to see if I can make a little wagon out of my daughter's old wheelchair and my old riding lawnmower. Both have just been sitting around for a long time. But I'm thinking maybe I can take that rear axle and whatever part of the frame there and mount it underneath the wheelchair, and then make some sort of like wagon attachment in the front and attach it to the back of the four-wheeler, and then I could drag her around and she could do some off-roading. Alright, just working on getting this stuff taken apart. I'm glad that's not a live nest. I kind of figured I might run into one. So just continuing on here, trying to get down to the frame for this rear axle. Well, I got the main cover off here, pretty much down to the frame. I'll probably take it apart up here maybe. I don't know if that's one piece or what. But getting closer. Keep taking it apart. Alright, well, that was fun. I got it down to just that bare frame and the back wheels. Now at least I could move it inside and see if any of this stuff can come off. Alright, well, I opened up that rear gearbox and pulled out all the guts. So now it should just roll freely without moving any of that stuff. So I'm just going to close her up and that'll be done. Alright, well, this is basically done as far as stripping it down. So I think I'm going to move on to that wheelchair and get that down to the seat. Alright, well, I got that frame all stripped down. And now I've just kind of put this body part on there where that would be where the seat was. So I think I'm going to put that back on it. And then here's the wheelchair stripped down. So I think I may end up having to cut it off right here and put a plate on the bottom. So I'm thinking I can use this piece that was under the seat as a plate to attach on the bottom of this, and that should be the right height. This will be too tall. I wasn't sure how I was going to end up doing it, but I think I'm going to get that body piece attached back on there, get this put up there again, and kind of see where I'm at. Alright, well, I got each side disconnected here, and I'm going to end up cutting this off, this part in the middle, and make a new bottom. I've made some little brackets here just to make a flat surface under all this hardware. So I'll be drilling and putting some bolts in there, and then that original seat piece off the mower can connect underneath here. So I'll just got some different ones here to attach. So I'm going to have to cut this stuff off. I'm going to leave the front because I may put those footrests back on there. So I'm going to cut it off here, here, and here. Alright, well, I got that body piece just kind of tacked on there with a couple bolts. I got the seat of the chair pretty much ready to go. It's just sitting on there. I got those parts I was working on done. Now I just need to mark kind of where that seat frame from the mower seat underlaps that brace. Mark a couple holes and get that attached on there. So far so good. wife just came out here and shook her head at me. Alright, that's looking pretty good. So it's just tacked up there now. I haven't tightened down the body to the frame in the back or nothing, or there. I might use the springs that were originally on it. I might mount those underneath it, and maybe some kind of bolt to keep it, because it used to have the seat that would rock forward, but I don't want it to do that, so maybe I'll just put like a long bolt where it still can compress those springs, but it won't fall forward. And then I need to attach it to the front. It's not quite set up for that because there was some other hardware underneath it, but I got some scrap pieces I can get in there. So let's do that. Well, looking at it from the back here, I got those springs installed. I thought they would make good shock absorbers, but it makes it too flimsy. So I think I'm just going to bolt it directly. I'll take them out and just put a bolt straight through. Got some 2x4s here to add support under the seat. Almost time to start on the front where it'll attach to the four-wheeler. Got this stuff done. Just put a cross member in there and bolt through it. Alright, so working on the hitch part. It's got this cross member that was welded on there. I think if I just cut these off and then draw a hole through the center here and cut a slot, then the tongue of the four-wheeler can just sit in there and I can put a bolt through it, or a pin or whatever. So I'm going to do that. Alright, just getting pretty close to done. I ended up shimming up the front of that seat because the angle was tipping it forward a little too much. So I just sandwiched a 2x4 in there. Now I'm working on the tongue here. This is actually the bracket that held the front of the mower deck. That has a nice hole already in it that's about the same size as the tongue on the four-wheeler. Unfortunately, the angle's not a 90, so I'm gonna attach this little plate in there and weld it together, so that'll compensate for the angle. So let's get it out and weld it up, and it should be pretty much done. Alright, it's all done. Just threw a little bit of paint on that frame there. Got a bolt for the hitch thing. So I think it kind of looks like a chariot. It's made out of a wheelchair, so I figured I'd call it the Wheelchairiot. Now I just need to take my daughter for a spin, try it out. Alright, maiden voyage.